Hey there, welcome to the video. Today, I'm going to be showing you an easy KDP book niche idea that you can start working on as soon as today. And trust me, this is one you're going to want to pay attention to. Why? Because one seller in this niche is making over $11,000 a month from just one of these books, which is pretty crazy when you think about it. But here's the best part. This type of book is so easy to make that even complete beginners can jump in and start creating without feeling overwhelmed. Now, if this is your first time here, my name is Jeff, and this channel is all about becoming self-sufficient when it comes to making money online. So if this sounds interesting to you, feel free to give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and turn on that notification bell so you can be notified whenever I release a new video. With that being said, let's get right to it. So what exactly are we talking about today? Well, that would be the color by number book niche. Now, if you've never heard of it, these are essentially coloring books with a bit of a twist. Instead of just plain outlines, these books include numbers inside each section, which guides the user to color based on a simple key. Now, if we make a quick search for color by number book on Amazon, we're going to see that this niche is actually a very, very popular niche. And if we scroll down to look at some of these books, we're going to see a lot of these books that are selling very, very well. For example, this one right here has a bestsellers badge with a BSR of 1,738. And if you know with Amazon, the lower the number, the better that book is performing, aka more royalties. In fact, when I plug that number, that bestsellers rank, into this Amazon KDP book sales calculator, we can see that it makes about 98 sales per day, which is almost 3,000 units a month. And we add that royalty calculator. That's good for $376 in estimated royalties per day, which equates to over $11,000 per month in estimated royalties. If we look at this book, also has the bestsellers badge. I'm a little bit in the way there, but here it is with a bestsellers rank of 189. And to give you an idea, when I plug all that information in here, that's over $1,700 a day in estimated royalties. And get this, over $51,000 per month in estimated royalties. This is just insane. But this is the potential of publishing low and medium content books on KDP. I'm not saying that this is what's going to happen to you. This is actually quite rare to achieve, but it's still possible. We can see from the same publisher, another book ranked 454. This one right here, 6,993. We have this color by number, unicorn, mermaids, and more book ranking 5,639. I mean, you even have this winter gnomes color by number book that has a bestsellers rank of 17,000, only 53 pages. But when we scroll all the way up and look at the total results, this is by Titan's Quick View, by the way. This is a free extension that I use, and you can download it for free on the Chrome Web Store. But anyways, this gives me the exact total results, because if you notice with Amazon right here, it only says over 10,000 results. So this one's actually more accurate. Total results, 6,246. But that also means that you're competing. If you're going to put a book in this niche, in this broad niche, you're going to be competing with over 16,000 books. And that's a little bit too high. Now, when I'm looking at these books on Amazon and I'm trying to figure out if there's potential for profits here, as well as giving me a decent chance at trying to get ranked on the first page of Amazon, which is where the majority of sales happen, I look for three specific things. Number one, I look for the search results. Now, the search results are going to determine how competitive a niche is. And so I like to look for search results that have about 1,000 or less, which basically means that the competition is not so high, so I have a better chance at getting my book seen. The second thing I look for is demand. And the way that I judge demand is just by how many books are selling well. So I'm going to look for 3 or more books, KDP books to be exact, that have a BSR or a bestsellers rank of 300,000 or below, because this is going to tell me that these books are selling right now, which means that there's demand and people are buying these books. And then number 3, I look for a niche score that's provided by the plugin that I'm using with a score of 50 and higher. So if we look back on Amazon, we're going to see with the total results of over 16,000, that's just way too high of a number to be competing against. And if you remember my step 1, I'm looking for about 1,000 and below. But this is okay, because if this happens, it just means that you have to find a sub niche or niche down, which is exactly what I've done for you. But before we get there, let's go ahead and look at the other metrics here. We can see the average bestsellers rank is 20,000. So yes, this is a very, very popular niche indeed. If we go to Google Trends, we can see that the interest over time for the past year has actually increased. So this is actually a good sign because a lot more people are looking for color by number books. But if we go 5 years, well, it's very clear to see that there's an actual upward trend for this search term. So this is why you want to take advantage of this niche and start creating some of these books. Now we notice niche score of 38, that's below the 50 that I'm looking for, which is basically validating the rest of my research here, my analysis, because it's just way too many results. If we take a look at this book, we can see it has the #1 bestsellers badge, which is always something that you would love to have on your book because it's just going to boost your sales even more. 4.8 out of 5 rating, almost 300 ratings overall, a book ranking of 1,848. So this book is selling very, very well, and it's priced at $9.99. So pretty good margins on this book. We can see that the standard royalty for every sale is almost $4. So this is actually a very, very good margin because typically you're going to see like around $1 to $2 standard royalty. So this book is selling very well with higher margins. So overall, very profitable book. Now, if we take a look at the A+ content here, where the publisher can add more details of the book, well, here are a couple interiors. Here's one of a unicorn that's fully colored in. This one is a rocket ship. This one is a butterfly in the garden. I don't know what this one is. And then this one is a sailboat. And then this one is colored in right here. And then this publisher even includes this module right here, which allows you to showcase more of your books on all of your listings if that's what you want. So this is a good way of increasing sales because more people are going to be looking at all your other books from all your other listings. And so I actually urge people to implement A+ content, especially this module right here, because you're just going to make more sales. So if you want to learn how to do this, go ahead and click on the top of the screen. I'm going to put up a video on exactly how to create A+ content, especially with this module right here. Now, if we check out another interior, you can see this is the key. So this is for the image of a hat. And as you can see, the key is right here. So pink is #1. You're going to color #3 yellow, #2 purple, #4 black. And then this is the actual image right here. So as you can see, it's cut up into certain different ways. And then the numbers correspond to the color. And then this one is for pineapple. So here's the key. And then here's the image. And then here's a pumpkin. And then here is the image. So once it's completed and fully colored in, you're going to have the full picture in all its glory. And here's even a certificate at the end of this book. As you can see with this A+ content, this is actually what it looks like when it's colored in. Now you have a few options when it comes to creating the interior of this book. #1, you can make it by scratch, but really not everyone has the time or the expertise to create this type of interior. #2, you can go to a site like Creative Fabrica and download their interiors. But for this type of book, you might run into some issues with Amazon. And so for this specific type of book, the best way, in my opinion, to create this is really just to hire someone to create this book for you. So if we head on over to Fiverr, well, we can find someone here to create our interior and even the book cover for us. So I did a search for color by number. And what you want to do is you actually want to sort by best selling, because you want to sort this by the gigs that actually have business, gigs that actually have good reviews, so you can make sure that you're going to get something that is of good quality. Once you've decided on the type of color by number theme that you're going for, whether it's for kids or for adults, then you can go ahead and fine-tune your search on Fiverr, because as you can see, there are more intricate patterns right here. And then there are the interiors that are more geared and catered towards children. So if we look at this gig right here, you can see this is a very basic type of interior. This is going to be geared more towards children, but as we can see, 3 pages for $5. If we look at the standard package, that's 12 pages for $30. And typically you're going to need at least 20 to 30 images, because if you include the back side, well, 20 images is going to be about 40 plus pages. And so this one right here, 25 pages for $80. And it includes the book cover. So this is actually not a bad price. So you can think about using this gig. As we can see, this person works in different niches. They can do Christmas, Easter, Halloween, animals, Thanksgiving, and more. And you're gonna get a unique design, 300 DPI high resolution print ready and already tested for KDP upload. And they also include the commercial use. So everything here looks good to go. If you like this type of gig, this is the one that you should go after. This one's a little bit more intricate. We can see a little bit of the interiors right here, the samples. But as you can see, 5 black and white colored number images, $10 if we go standard, for 20 with the book cover. This is 60. I would say you need a couple more pages than 20. So if you go premium for $100, you get 50 interior pages with a book cover. And as you can see, one of the things that this has is unlimited revisions. So this allows you to make changes to your interiors until you're happy with them. And here's another gig. This one's gonna be for the book cover and the interior. As you can see, the basic 1 book cover, 1 color by number page is $5. You need more than that. This one's $15 for 15 pages. You need a little bit more than that. So for 30 color by number images, 1 book cover and unlimited revisions along with all the other things here, $90. And here is a sample of all the work that this gig provides. So really, depending on the theme of your book, you have a lot of different gigs to choose from. And this one also will include 7 long tail keywords as well as A+ content images. 2 categories. So this is going to actually give you a lot more for your money. So this is not a bad price for this whole package because you're not going to have to actually do your A+ content. They're already going to provide it for you, which is actually a huge plus. And it's going to save a lot of time because you don't have to create the A+ content manually. Now, if you remember at the beginning of the video, the broad niche of color by number book is just way too competitive. So like I said, you have to do something called niching down or finding a sub niche, which basically means finding something a little bit more specific within that broader niche. So I've actually done that homework for you. And so let's go through what I found. Now, one sub niche that you could try is the unicorns color by number. And as you can see, total results 368, which basically means you're only going to be competing with about 368 other books, which is a lot better than competing with thousands and thousands and thousands of books. And if you remember, I looked for about 1,000 and less search results. The average bestsellers rank on the first page for these books, 296,000. So that's good for about 1 sale a day. So these books are selling very, very well. Average price, $7.82. And we see a niche score of 73, which is telling me that if I do research down the first page, I'm gonna find enough books here that are selling below that 300,000 BSR that I look for. Now, typically, I like to stay away from sponsored products. So I'm gonna look at this one. Under publisher, it doesn't say independently published, so I don't really look at this book. I'm looking for KDP books. And the way I know that is under publisher, it'll say independently published like this one. And then the bestsellers rank of 6,000. So this book is selling very well. I'm gonna look for 2 more just like this. Here's another one at 10,000 and then another one at 343,000, a little bit higher. So I wanna look for 1 more. And then this one right here, 200,000. So that's already 3 books, but I see even more demand. This one is 299,000. This one is 1,848. And so there's a lot of demand here, very low competition, and it has that niche score that I like. So this is one that you could think about creating. This is geared towards unicorns. Now, the way that I actually found this sub niche is by using one of my favorite tools called Publisher Rocket. And I used their new feature called Reverse ASIN Lookup. All I did was I went in here and then I looked for a book that was selling very well. I actually looked at this book right here. I copied its ASIN and then I copied that into Publisher Rocket where I pasted it in here. And basically what this tool does is it's gonna show every keyword that this book has ranked for on Amazon. And if we look through all the keywords, we're gonna be able to come up with ideas and sub niches to actually go after. For example, unicorn color by number for kids ages 4 to 8. And then you have one sea life color by number for kids aged 4 to 8. And all you have to do is click this magnifying glass and it's gonna give you some information on whether or not you should think about doing more research. And this one is no good because there's not enough searches right here for both of these. And so you could easily just move on and keep clicking until you find something that works. And so I was actually looking around and I saw this one, unicorns color by numbers. And we can see 2 greens right here, which is a good sign. 754 searches per month for this term, and then a 30, so low competition. So that's what I did. I took this, put it straight into Amazon, and it gave me this information, which I then went and analyzed even further, and it basically validated it. And yes, this is a very good niche. There's a lot of potential for profits here, so this is a niche that you should take advantage of. Now, if you want to go ahead and grab Publisher Rocket for yourself, I'll leave my link down below. This is probably one of my most favorite tools for KDP because it just has so many features and it's only a one-time cost. Now here's another sub niche for you guys. This is the dinosaur color by number coloring book. We can see a niche score of 66 and 236 results. So even less competition here than the previous niche of unicorns. And this is a completely different book. So you could basically make 2 books, but they're both color by number books. We can see the average bestsellers rank a little bit higher at 427,000, but that's still decent. Average price $8.38. And if we take a scroll down, we're going to see a couple books here. This one, 69,000 BSR. This one right here is actually Christmas Dinosaurs, but it has a 33,000 BSR. This one a little bit higher at 393,000. This one is 69,000. So there's already enough books here that's showing me that there's demand here. They're selling very well under 300,000. We have another one, 214,000. So this is another niche that has a lot of potential for profits. So I gave you 2 sub niches here, guys, the dinosaur one and the unicorn one. So go ahead and take full advantage of it. Now, if you're looking for more KDP resources to help you along your journey, check out the links down below. Also, don't forget to check out my Gumroad shop where I offer free interiors, keywords, and more, all to help you with your KDP journey. If you have any questions, let me know down below. And if you like this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe and turn on that notification bell, as well as follow me on all my socials at JeffsAtLife. With that being said, thanks for watching. Bye for now.